I just saw I got an email from Apple about the new Mac Mini. And it was like the Mac Mini is $600, but then the Mac Mini Pro is like $2,000. I was like, bro, that's a $1,200 price jump.
They're selling a Mini now?
Yeah, they're selling a Mac Mini.
Is it like the size of the tablet?
It's like the size of a tablet, and it flips up.
Man, the sales game going crazy right now. I used to work in Sprint. You remember that back in the day, right?
Yeah.
We were selling house phones, bro. We were selling house phones, fucking routers for internet. You were selling at that time the iPhone 8. Was it the iPhone 8? No, it was like the iPhone. Remember the 5S? You know, the little one, but it was like thin, and that was the first time they kind of had the finger button where they rolled out the finger touch.
Oh yeah, yep.
And that shit was like that shit was gay. Everyone's like, I need the finger touch. Bro, you don't understand the type of the mentality of the customers at that time. They were like, I got the latest phone, but I need the finger touch. I'm like, bro, y'all literally programmed to buy the phone every year.
Yeah.
That's crazy how, like, as I reflect on it, I already knew that Apple was playing us. Like,
and we still fall for it.
Bro.
Every year we want to upgrade.
Every year they made you update the software. You update updated software on an outdated hardware.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of common sense. Like, it's going to slow down. It's going to fuck up. But everyone kept doing it. Oh, look at the new features. Look at the new this. And then their phones start slowing down and everything like that.
You can't charge it. You got to buy a new charger.
Yeah, bro. And now they're like, all right, I need to get a new phone. So, like, honestly, it was crazy. And I don't know how that works, like, now in the future when people know, like, oh, yeah, they're making me get a new phone. Like, that should be... Like, when I buy something, I want it to last. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you buy a car, you make an investment, you pay it off, like, you know, that you can pass that down to your kid, or, you know, you can sell it later down the line. But now with iPhones, now they fucking lease the motherfuckers. They're like, hey, you can have it for X amount of dollars, but you're going to have to return that shit.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy, like, when you break it down like that, I'm like, damn, they really figured out, like, how to make their money back. And they, like I said, they buy the equipment back, bro, and they make money from that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
They have to, because everything that makes that cell phone is very finite. Like, they're fighting wars for this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I seen some crazy shit on Twitter where they were like showing like people
like have you seen the cobalt mines?
Is that in the Congos, or I don't know?
Yeah,
they were like in
the cobalt mines. Like, they're supposed to be like artisanal mines. Like, human hands aren't supposed to touch that. But like, if you look, I just saw a Joe Rogan podcast on it. That's why I know so much about it.
Dude, no, I really saw. I saw someone like in an article, they broke it down saying like, yeah, like you said, they're not supposed to touch it. You're literally not even supposed to be within feet of it.
You're not supposed to.
But I seen pictures of like hella people doing it.
They're like 12 people deep in a ditch digging this shit out, and then that's what makes our cell phones like
capitalism.
Yep. And then we got all our soldiers over there. We're protecting all these cobalt mines for our freedom.
That's crazy. That's insane. Like, man, I was gonna take it at an angle with something I want to bring up, but this is so interesting to me because, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to the intro. Wait, let me just pause real quick. Let me introduce the audience of what's going on right now. We in the EMLN Podcast. It ain't exclusive. If it ain't an EMLN exclusive, it's your boy BQ. We in the heart of Silicon Valley, right here in downtown San Jose, Sofa District. Shout out to the Real South. And right now, I'm with a very special guest today. We did a podcast back in July, and unfortunately, your boy's still, figuring out the ropes and shit. And I fucked up the audio, man. I take full accountability. I fucked up. But you know what? My boy UceHefner here, he's a real one. He was down to come back. So I want to give a special introduction to the homie UceHefner for being here today. What's up, my guy? How are you?
What's happening?
Hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Likewise.
Thanks for being a good sport about this shit. I know some people creatively, like, when they're like, what? You fucked up my audio? Or visually, they like, I ain't even trying to do that shit. But I really appreciate you coming back, man.
Yeah, no, I ain't tripping. We can do this as many times as you need to.
Nah, hey, real shit, though. I wanna start off, and there's so many ways I can start off. Let's just put that out there. Obviously, I have a good relationship with you. I've known you for many years. A lot of people don't know, but you gave me one of my very first opportunities in the creative space. This is back in the Sound Cave days, back in West Side San Jose, when you was housing different artists, from young people that are doing it tough in the game right now that were just in the early stages of what they're doing. I mean, I can go down a whole list of people, but you were a part of an operation, West Side Mo, and I know there's other people I'm forgetting the name, but you guys all created a movement during a time when it wasn't popular to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a little bit more wavy. You see more people doing shit on this frequency, but y'all really paved the way and shit. So I got a lot of respect for people, and I always got to pay homage to the people that paved the way. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. And that's an introduction for the ones that don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Got to throw it out there.
Yeah, it was me, Westside Mo, and Kid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they helped me start Sound Cave basically, and then I think Trizzy introduced us.
Yep.
And then yeah, we had Channel 88 under us, and they introduced us. And we got EMLN. I think we did weightlifting or a gym. clothing line
Yeah. So
interview.
that's funny that you bring. So this is how it went down. Is found out about Sound Cave, and I realized like, dude, this is dope. Just to be a part of it. Like I was really deep into the fashion game, like urban streetwear, buying wholesale from independent brands, flipping it for them, promoting their brand, and kind of being like a promoter / distributor. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going to pop-up shops. I was going to the flea markets. I was going to De Anza campus. I was going to Oakland's First Friday. Like I was all over the place like space, man. Like I was trying to make it happen, you know? And that's when I started learning about content. Like content was like kind of like everyone knows what content is. Everyone knew MTV Cribs. Everyone watched the Pimp My Ride. That's all content, right? That's what it used to be. Like us growing up, like I used to go home after school and watch BET 106 in Park, and I was so juiced to see The Game on the top 3 because at that time he was one of my favorite rappers, and I was like, oh shit, this shit is fucking lit. Like that's the type of shit that really made me fall in love with hip hop and like fall in love with the culture and shit and like fashion, because all that shit really inspired me. So my mentor put me on about Gary Vee, and Gary Vee was, really preaching about content and like making content. This is when he was barely doing, he was known for being an investor because he invested in Twitter and Snapchat and all that shit. But he was like, dude, content is the way to go. He gave me his book. We had a couple sessions at his apartment right here downtown. Got to give a shout out to Anthony Oliveira, killing it in the game right now. And he was like, you got to get into content. Like that's just where it's at. So how it connects to you is like, hey, I'm like, hey man, like I'm trying to do an interview like in the hall right here. Like this shit looks sick. Like, can we do an interview here? And I tapped in with Prodigy Collective at the time. And my boy Josh, he was one of the owners of the brand. Sal was the other owner of the brand. And we set up an interview just to kind of share the story. And that's when I was thinking, like, let me start sharing stories of all the fashion brand owners. Like that was just kind of like what sparked the idea. And then I remember, doing it in there. You helped me set that play up, and then I got my first opportunity to meet Trax a Million. So RIP to the legend.
Yeah.
And Trax and his manager, and
PK.
And they were there, and like, I was super young. I'm like fresh into this shit, and like I had Anna Lee, who was the host at that time. Like I wasn't even doing interviews. I was a producer essentially. So facilitating that and just taking that leap of faith of like just believing in myself, like that was all because of your alley-oop, you know what I'm saying? And obviously we made it happen. And when I met Trax, like I remember him like bringing us into the room. He's all rolling up a wood and shit. And he's asking me like, hey bro, like what you working on, man? Like, let me peep game and shit. Like what's up? So they was letting me, basically give him the sales pitch. Like this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to highlight urban culture, highlight doing content. So it's like, I remember that moment so vividly and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that is a big part of my history now, you know what I'm saying? So I got to give a shout out to you for even making that happen. And I know there's way more shit that, that happened along the way, but this is just where it started. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to you, man. That's why you're here. You know what I'm saying? Because you got stories to tell.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
But yeah, man. So I definitely owe you, like kind of like well, I'm talking about the introduction. I'm talking about like, because before, we went into debt about everything, but I want you to kind of give yourself an opportunity. I want to give the audience an opportunity to learn about you and like from your point of view. Like maybe you can kind of give the folks like your background in like music, your background as a producer, an entrepreneur, and just kind of share your story, how the beginning started and how we eventually met. And then, afterwards you can touch a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's like, I never really get asked that question.
Yeah. Well, it's important, man. That's why I love doing this, because I feel like there's a lot of untold stories out there that deserve to be heard, because there's someone out there that might be facing like some challenges, or they're facing some obstacles related to the journey that maybe you went through. So they see someone that goes through it, or they hear the story, that might be the nudge that makes the difference. So that's why I feel like this is important. I see purpose in this. You feel me?
I feel you.
That's why I love doing that shit. So go ahead, man. Let's hear what you got to say, bro. I mean, you could keep it simple too, like just where, what the first creative thing you did started from, you know what I'm saying?
The first creative thing I did, like, I I worked with a artist. His name was Enormous the Ox. He was like my big homie basically in this thing. Like, he actually grew up on War Admiral.
Oh, word. Okay, he's from the South.
Yeah, so he grew up on War Admiral, and that's how I knew the street when he described it. But yeah, he put me on as far as like music and creative. Like I was just like a studio rat. I wasn't really like a artist. I just kind of hung out with him. Yeah, and then he was like an artist. Like he could spit. Yeah, I looked up to him musically, and then like I don't know. I started getting drunk in the studio, and then like he played like a beat with an artist named Shilmac and Raleigh Barron. And I loved it. I was like, damn, this song's tight. And like, I didn't even tell him. I just like, when he passed out, like I kind of just wrote something to it. Yeah. And then when he woke up, I was like, hey, can I get on this song? And he was like, nah, he actually denied me for like a couple months. Like, but I downloaded the song. I had it burned on a CD and I never recorded to it that night, but like I had the song and I played it. Like I was playing it with my brothers and everything. And, I bugged him about it for about like 6 months, and finally he gave in and he was like, yeah, all right, man, you want to get on it? It's, you know what I mean? Like he's like, what's one song? You know what I mean? Like my homie wants to get on something, fuck it. You know what I mean? He finally gave in, let me do it, and then like I don't know, I felt myself after that, so I was like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna be real, like I listen to it now, I'm like, bro, that shit sucks. Yeah, that shit is booty.
It's some hoot.
Yeah, but like. That was basically the first thing that like sparked me to be like, damn, I want to do this shit. Yep. And then that wasn't my first. That wasn't like my track. That was like his track that I just featured myself on. But it was basically my first thing creatively. Yeah. And then like after that, there was a producer named Chadai Chan. He has a car detailing business now, West Coast Detailing.
Okay. Where's that at? Is in West San Jose or
South San Jose?
Okay, loving these name drops on the South. There we go.
Yeah. He drives that Hearst. It's an old school, like I don't know, like 64. Like it's a Hearst though, like a straight Hearst.
Yeah, badass car.
Yeah, a lowrider though.
That's hard.
Yeah, but like it's a Hearst, like you know what I mean, like a Hearst that you transport like a dead body.
Oh shit, something different then.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
It kind of has the long back.
Long back.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he was whipping one of them.
Yeah, he's got one of them.
Sheesh.
But he turned it into a lowrider.
That's hard.
Yeah. But
hopefully ain't no putting no bodies in there still though. Nah,
for real. He actually has like a real casket in the back that he put like a model.
Shit. You know what? I feel like I might have seen this before.
Oh yeah, he's everywhere. Yeah, he's all over San Jose. He's doing a couple of videos out here.
Yeah.
Like I think Monk set up like a video shoot with him and Galapo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I've seen it before then. I've definitely seen it before.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So before he did like the lowrider detailing thing, he was like a prominent producer out here. Like
Word.
He got hands. He has like a viral video too. I think he had like a piano, like a grand piano he had like put in Lake Cunningham, and he's just like going off on the keys.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's some real East Side musical shit right there. That's
crazy.
Hard.
Like and then like he just stopped doing music, but he had like a big like beat collection, and I don't know how I got like a hold of one of his CDs, but he sparked basically like musically, like I rapped like over, I think I had like 5 songs off of just his beats alone. And yeah, that's basically what started my music, was hearing his beats.
That's crazy. So it all started early on, and you created your own opportunity, it sounded like. Because obviously you were around the scene. Yeah. And like your boy was like, you know, he was cutting you off. He's like, nah, man, like you ain't gonna do it, bro. It's good, it's good. And eventually he gave in because he wanted to give you the opportunity. And that sparked it though, because you wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was really persistent with it. I don't know, like I get like real stubborn about shit.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, yeah, I was real persistent about it. He finally did let me do that. And then like he actually like recorded and produced my whole first project that like helped me. He basically showed me the game, like how to put out music, how to get graphics. I needed graphics, how to get like clearance for shit, and like get like back then it was like getting CDs pressed up.
Yeah, the game was different for sure.
Yeah, it was way different. It was way different. You really had to be out in the streets. Like I had like actual posters made and little like promotional cards.
Yeah.
I think MySpace was like a thing then.
Yeah.
Like, MySpace music was still a thing
Yeah.
then. Like, yeah. So damn, that's crazy. That's old.
I mean,
as
with
hell.
those methods, though, I mean, even till this day, those methods still work and they apply successfully. You know, I mean, I even see LaRussell pressing up vinyl and pressing up, you know,
Russell's
merch.
got a different game though.
No,
like,
his
that's a
formula's
different animal. That's a different animal.
It is definitely a different animal, and that's why I feel like when I get into the topic of LaRussell, I'm always speaking highly of him and giving his salute because, bro, he literally disrupted the whole industry and what he's doing. He's setting an example of independent route. Even though the Bay Area has been known for the independent route, he created a new level of it in today's time and this generation because of all the, you know, social media shit, the monetization, the streaming. Like, a lot of people don't understand that language, you know, if they're coming from the old game, right? But now it's like, how do you figure that out as an independent artist? Like, how do you make that make financial sense for you? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Correct.
saying. Like, so he figured it out. And that's why I feel like when I mention Bay Area, we talking Bay Area legends, it's already fair to put him in that category.
I'm gonna put him there.
Like, you
I'm
know
gonna
what
put
I'm
him
saying?
there.
Like, I literally put him up there already just because of the impact, the musical impact. And have you ever heard about the LA report card?
Nah.
There's this dude in LA that owns a blog that's like going viral and shit like that because he does these LA rap report cards. And he got it from like some old school art album that, you know, they used to do it back in the day.
Is it My Ghetto Report Card?
Nah, but I forgot the artist. It was like some artist from LA, like some MC or some shit. But they used to do these report cards. So he brought it back in his own way and he graded all the LA artists that are like popping from like YG to even like the up and coming ones. And they put out like, it was a very detailed and a well graded report card. You could tell like they literally listened to every music, every album, and they measured the success based on like impact, consistency, lyricism, delivery, like everything that, you know, real hip hop should be measured from. Hella people were butthurt from that shit. They were like, people were getting straight Fs, bro. People were like getting bad scores and shit. So like, just off of that, like if I'm grading what LaRussell's impact, like he's hitting a lot of marks.
He's on the honor roll.
No, he's
man.
on honor roll.
He might be honor roll out here.
He might be valedictorian or
You know,
something.
like one thing about LaRussell is like he took care of the basics and the fundamentals really well, and then scaled everything up from there. Like even just like having people proud to pay. Like, bro, like I bought tickets to his show, and because he accepted my bid, I felt like it was too low that I went back and bought more tickets. Like, I'm like, bro, what? Like, because I tested it. I didn't think he was gonna let me pick my price.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, pick how much you think it's worth for you to come. I'm like, $5.
Well,
Right? Like $5. Like, and then I hit bid, and then like when I seen that shit got accepted, I'm like, damn, I feel like I gypped him.
Yep.
I feel like I owe him more. So I'm like, you know what? $40.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And you know, like, and then I bought an extra ticket and didn't even have nobody else to go with, but I just felt like he deserved all that. Like, he really did deserve all. And he's a performer, man. Like, he really did give us a show from start to finish. He let us pick like the songs. He was in the crowd. He met everybody. He greeted everybody in the room. It was very intimate. You know what I mean? He even like had one rule, and it was like, hey, I'm going to stay after the show and I'm going to meet with you guys and I'm going to take pictures. I just got one rule, like no life stories.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want nobody to come up there and like waste his time telling them like, you know what I mean, their whole dialogue. And I was like, damn, that's super respectful. Like you would actually give your fans that. Like, bro, some people pay like $15 a ticket and you're going to give them 15 minutes of your time. Like,
that's real. That just goes to show how passionate and how, you know, invested he is in what he's doing.
Man, he's gonna go far, man. He's gonna go far.
And it's crazy though. His pace is like super ahead. Like, or he's already with P Diddy, like giving him hugs and shit.
Brother, when P Diddy lifted him up, I was like, bro. I mean, hey, no disrespect to Diddy, man, but you're not gonna lift me up, bro. Like,
you're not gonna lift me
as a grown man, bro. You're not gonna lift me up, bro. Like Diddy, and you can tell Diddy got that grown man strength, bro. Like Diddy's got like that 90s dad strength. Like,
yeah, you got hella kids, man. So you picking up all of them motherfuckers. Yeah. That's funny, man. But well, like I mentioned, so many ways I can go in this conversation, but I definitely want to touch base about, like, you know, San Jose culture right now, and just seeing how special it is right now. Obviously, we just went through a pandemic. Technically still are, right? We're in the red from what I understand with COVID and shit. And on top of that, inflation is going crazy. Supply chain is insane. Like with that storm that just passed and all the flooding, that the agriculture in Hollister and Watsonville, their produce got affected by the water. So now all of the companies that normally buy their shit are like, oh, you got to audit your shit to make sure we buy it because you don't know what was in the...
Contaminated?
Yeah, we don't know what was contaminated. So that means, prices are going up again for groceries. And we already went with the gas problem.
Our egg shortage.
And the egg shortage. We ain't even talking about the eggs.
We got egg shortage.
I heard they transported eggs through Mexico, bro. Hey, they selling them motherfuckers $2 cheaper and shit. Like, hey, but... I say all that to say, like, that isn't a problem that everyone in the economy is dealing with, right? Everyone in the United States is affected by that because our agriculture feeds the whole U.S. But what I'm getting at is that we live in the richest city in the motherfucking America, bro. I'm talking about in the top 3. Like, if you're going through the top 10, I've seen it on EYL plenty of times. I've seen it on fucking on the news that we're on the top 10 most expensive cities. So.
Yeah. Even our groceries are more expensive. Like,
bro,
even if you go to DoorDash right now, like DoorDash something right now, you'll even see there's a disclaimer that says that like there's a 15% surcharge for your area because we're in a high value area.
I never seen that shit. But
yeah, just look at it.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's 15% more. So
that Dash Pass better fucking do some justice, man.
I don't think Dash Pass does anything, man.
Like, you don't think so? I feel like I be coming up sometimes, rarely.
I feel like you pay $10 a month and then they just get you in the taxes and fees.
Yeah.
Like, because they just get, like, if you look at the taxes and fees, it looks like it's just as much as how much the fucking delivery fee was going to be.
It's crazy.
Like, what are you saving? You saving like $1.99 to $3 on your delivery fee, but you look at the taxes and fees, it's like $5, $8.
It's insane. So, like, I say all that to say, like, it's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard financially right now to navigate through these ropes. So that's why we, for us, we're hustling, video labor. We're doing events. We're selling merch. We're working part-time jobs. Like, we're doing freelancing. Like, we're doing so much shit just to get by. So I can only imagine, for ones that have careers that have been something they've relied on for years and now they're, like, laying off people and things of that nature. So it's like, as a creative, it's hard to be creative right now because, like, when you're creative, sometimes you got to be stress-free. You know what I'm saying? Like, some cases, some people are actually able to leverage their stress and their, pain as art. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's different.
That's the best art.
It is. So I say all that to say, like, how, like, what's your point of view on, like, the landscape of San Jose as a creative? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it the best time or is it the worst time?
I don't think there's a best or worst.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like water. It's going to keep flowing regardless. But San Jose is in a great place. You know what I mean? I guess it'd be harder, like, financially to, like, do music and then, like, have a life. Like, it's really hard. Like, it's hard to do, like, videos. And that's why I started the studio back when I was doing music. It was, like, because I didn't want to, like, pay to go to a studio. So I started a studio. And then had people pay me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to engineer, bro. Like, honestly, I just started, like, getting engineers. Like, Kid was our first engineer, and then Vinny Van Gogh came on board.
Vinny. Yeah.
And so, like, Mo was an engineer. Merck was an engineer. But, like, everybody but me was an engineer. Trizzy was an engineer. You know what I mean? Like, everybody but me was an engineer, but I booked the most sessions.
Okay, like, you was bringing the revenue.
Yeah, like I literally booked the most sessions, but I never ran not one. I might have ran like half a session. Like, I might sub in, like, but yeah, it was crazy. I think, like, I was pretty much the face of like Soundcave, but everybody else did, like, their work. Like, everyone
played their position.
Yeah, everybody worked. Like, I hardly worked in the traditional sense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, but, like, things got done. Like, if I was assigned to anything, things got done. Like, you know what I mean? I think I was just, like, a good networker, marketer. I don't know. I had, like, a likable personality. So,
I mean, the thing that's so important about that, though, is, like, people need to socialize to create business. They need to connect the sponsor. They need to connect the artist, the engineer, the clients. You need to get clients to get business. So it's like that component is the most important. So, like, that definitely plays an important role with everything. But I'm just trying to understand, like right now, like, we're in a time period where people forgot that COVID was a thing. Now we all, out and about.
Yeah,
we all in the club, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's doing their thing. Like
people still getting sick
I
too.
don't care, you know what I'm saying? I don't judge anyone what they do, but I'm just trying to understand the mindset. Like why did we stop in the beginning? Obviously because people were dying, COVID and all that stuff, but like when we were doing the culture night market stuff, I was like, dude, there's people that don't have any income right now, people that don't have any jobs right now, and we're just gonna sit here and just fucking be inside? Like, that shit don't make sense to me. Because I'm thinking, like, this ain't making no one's money. I know people are making money, like the rich people that own everything. Like,
oh yeah, pharmacy. They invested in the pharmacies and the M19 mask. And
bro,
you think Gavin Newsom was losing money? You think
Nah.
Gavin Newsom shut down his wineries?
Nah, man, that's what I'm saying. This shit gets kind of crazy because, like, I feel like we living in a movie sometimes, like, especially since
I think
2020.
we in a Matrix, bro.
Matrix for sure. You know, some might call it a movie, some might call it a Matrix, some might say The Sims, some might say the Metaverse.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, how is this shit happening? Like, it's been nothing but crazy. I started in 2020. Let me run it back. 2020 is when we started seeing crazy ass news headlines. Like, they talking about, oh, we found unidentified vehicles that have no origins of being from Earth. And they announced this shit. FBI comes out saying UFOs are real. We don't even give a fuck.
Oh yeah. No, they was throwing the book at us.
They throwing
bro.
everything.
They was throwing the book at us.
I felt like they were throwing everything in the
the
book.
Pope came out talking about aliens are real,
Bro.
Aliens are in the Bible.
I read something today saying that they discovered over 2,300 different planets in our galaxy. Like,
And we ain't been to one of them.
and we ain't touched none of them.
We ain't touched none of them with this one.
They also said a percentage of them have potential to maintain life the way we do.
Why are we like? I don't know why we're looking for another planet when we got this one. This is literally the perfect one.
Because they know this shit is going downhill, bro. Like, it's sad to talk about. I hate to sound pessimistic, but it's like, have you ever seen Seaspiracy?
Yeah, I did actually. That's so I was pescatarian when I seen
Bro.
that shit, right? I was only eating fish when I seen that.
Yeah. And then he was like, oh shit.
I was like,
I don't know.
what am I doing? What am I doing out here, bro? Like, I thought I was, because I saw Cowspiracy before that.
Oh, yep,
And
yep.
then they cut off the beef. You know what I mean? And then I saw Seaspiracy. I'm like, bro, now I'm vegetarian.
Bruh. Dude, that shit is crazy because the whole time they're telling us, oh, don't worry, use paper straws, don't use plastic straws. You're gonna save turtles, you're gonna save the ocean, and then it turns out
Overfishing.
it's overfishing. These
fucking
motherfuckers
overfishing, bruh.
are fishing every day, getting all the shrimp, getting all the tuna,
Yeah,
getting
it's
everything.
overfishing, bro.
And they
it ain't my fucking plastic straw, bro. Like, I ain't never thrown a plastic straw in the ocean in my life.
So it's just crazy to imagine, like, we're overfishing every day. I've lived on this planet for 28 years. We've been having shrimp as an offering on the menu since I've been born. So I can only imagine since we started doing that shit, bro. So I don't know, man. I think all I'm trying to get at, this is multiple things we're touching on right now. We're saying be self-aware, be conscious. That's it, right? And the second thing is to what we were talking about originally is the San Jose landscape and just how everything's so expensive. Like, we have to be aware of these things. That's why when people say, oh, I don't even want to learn about politics, I don't want to know about this, sometimes you just got to be educated. And it's not bad to be educated.
You gotta
Informed.
Be informed. Yeah, you gotta be
Informed. That's the better term, you know what I'm saying? So,
it helps you make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? Being informed, having that information. If you're driving, you want to know what's happening in the lane next to you, so you don't merge into anybody. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to be informed.
especially in San Jose traffic, man, that shit different.
Yeah, that shit
Hey,
sucks.
brother, 87 going crazy right now. It took me 45 minutes to get here today. From the south? What the fuck? Oh, man. All right, we're going to take a quick intermission, though. We're going to be right back. Make sure you tune in, subscribe to EMLN Podcast right here with UceHefner. Stay tuned. It ain't exclusive. It ain't an EMLN exclusive. It's your boy BQ. We in downtown San Jose with the homie UceHefner in the cut. Thanks for being here again, man. Normally, you know what I'm saying, our podcast can go for hours. I'm trying to get on Joe Rogan's level when they doing for 3-4 hours smoking and drinking. I don't know how they do. I don't even have capacity on these motherfuckers. Like, these things can't even endure that much watch time. You know what I'm saying? But I want to thank you, you know what I'm saying, for being a part of this podcast today. Normally, like I said, we dive into more, but I think this might not be the only time UceHefner might come down. He might be back.
Yeah, man.
He might be back. We might be creating more content, but
I just saw that Nirvana Soul, so I might just hit that little coffee shop.
oh yeah. For the ones that don't know, Nirvana Soul, black-owned coffee shop right here on 1st Street and San Carlos. Make sure you guys check it out. You know what I'm saying? They have amazing options. Give a whole shout out to the staff and the owners and everyone apart. You know what I'm saying? We got none but love for them. They've participated with us in Culture Night Market. We've collaborated before. So
okay.
big shout out to them. Yeah, check them out, man. I'm not a coffee guy. I just drink like strawberry lemonade and shit. But
I'm literally back. I learned how to drink coffee. Like, I had to learn, like I'm in my 30s, learning how to drink coffee. And yeah, I can tell you, I got a drink right now. I call it the caramel Ouse Macchiato.
Oh shit,
man,
that might be that 101. You might have to brand that, call it Ouse Coffee or something. But yeah, man, I guess any message you want to send to San Jose creatives, people out there in the space right now in the tank, putting in that work. Like you said, you've come up, you've had your journey. You know what I'm saying, onto new chapters. But like, what's something you want to share to the folks building right now?
Don't hold on to anything. Just drop that shit. Like, don't be a perfectionist. Don't sit back and be like, oh, I need this thing tweaked or I need this particular thing remixed. Like, just drop that shit, man.
Drop that shit. Let the people determine.
I think Monk gave me that advice too. Like, man, just drop it. Anytime you hit him up about something, he'll be like, just drop it. Just drop. Oh, we want to drop it now? We drop it now. Like,
no, that's fact. Even when we're about to release any given bar shit, I'm like, hey, I just finished editing it. Like, when y'all think we should roll it out?
Drop it.
He's like, drop it right now.
Drop
bro.
it right now.
Let's drop that shit. I'm like,
no.
I was like, wait, bro, we got to get the flyer first. We got to get the photos.
Best advice, bro. Like, just drop it. Don't be a perfectionist because you know what I mean? The enemy of productivity is perfection. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. That's a great way to end that podcast, man. That's a beautiful saying. For the ones out there trying to be perfectionists, understand. Don't be the judge. Don't be the first one to critique your work. Let the fans, let the audience determine that. Let them determine if it's dope or if it sucks or not. And then, guess what? You got the data now. If it sucks, you know what to fix. If it slaps, guess what? You made the right decision, my friend. So yeah, man, once again, big shout out for you for coming down. It won't be the last time you see UceHefner. You might see him around more. Thank you for coming down. And, food spot. San Jose recommendation for food.
Oh man, so RIP to Chinese Kitchen.
Oh yeah, they closed that down.
Yeah, they closed that down. So RIP to them, Irene and Nick, man. Like that was my spot. So anytime somebody asked me for a spot, it would always be that. But man, I don't really have like a salad because I've been like meal prepping.
Yep. So, okay, that's what's up. All right. Well, meal prep recipe recommendation for meal prep recipe:
chicken thighs and broccoli. Yeah.
Okay.
Broccoli just been my shit.
I've
been wanting Panda. Honestly, they should just name the Panda Express
meal prep Panda
meal after me. Because when we had that damn storm, my power kept going out.
Oh shit!
So I kept wasting all my groceries for meal prep. So like literally for like the last month, I've been meal prepping using Panda Express.
Hey, shit. Sometimes you got to get innovative, man. Whatever way you got to do it. Get your greens, get your rice, get your chicken.
No rice.
No rice.
Super greens.
Some quinoa.
Proteins,
Throw some quinoa on there. My girl put me on some quinoa, so I just started fucking with that shit myself.
My little brother, Tino, put me on quinoa, but honestly,
it's just a bean.
I can't really.
You got to season it, bro. You got to put some lemon, season that shit.
I think it's a texture for me.
It is a texture thing, but
it tastes like half-cooked rice.
Like it's just cut in little pieces, and then it's like
tinier pieces. Yeah, the finer grain. I think it's the texture. It always feels like you got some shit in your food.
Yeah, just like what the fuck? It's just hella. It's going through my fork. Like what the hell? No, that's hella funny, man. But yeah, man. Once again, big shout out. And Chinese Kitchen. I know I want to touch on that too because a lot of small businesses have been affected. Hella small businesses have been going out. San Jose economy, whoever's running the economic department, motherfuckers better put that head on the swivel, man, because we paying attention. Put on for the small businesses, always. Want to keep that shit.
There was actually I don't know if you heard about that. There's like this blind dude that be going, he like headhunts small businesses and then like he tries to, I don't know if he goes in himself or he hires people to go in, but he teamed up with a lawyer. And basically what they do is they look for small businesses that aren't compliant, handicap compliant. Yeah. And then they sue them.
I heard about something like that. Wasn't that like on the news or some shit like that?
Yeah, there was an article about it. But that's,
that's still happening?
Bro, that's Chinese Kitchen. That's what happened in Chinese Kitchen.
What the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah,
so someone is actively trying to disrupt small businesses.
That guy right
there. And
there.
I'm assuming he's getting paid from that shit.
He's getting paid.
That's fucking
him and the lawyer are taking home, you mean? They got a staff, they got people that go in and look for small businesses and hunt. They got finder's fees. This is like it's like a detailed operation. There was like 2 articles on it. that I read up on after I found out that my friends at Chinese Kitchen had to gone through that ordeal. But like there's a coffee shop where Bam Studio used to be.
Yeah.
There was a coffee shop that was like a popping one, and they were a victim of it. A
Wow.
couple other small businesses, like I think a tire shop.
It's unfortunate, man. It's a poor waste of time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you could put more time and energy into try to help educate these people, put them on resources, connect the dots.
Nah, he a shark, man. He a predator.
Nah, that's,
he a predator.
we different type of sharks over here, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I never preach harm or violence, man, but just watch yourself, bro, because that shit is not cool.
Yeah, nah, he knows.
That shit is not
I don't
cool.
think he shows his face or anything. That's why I said, like,
Smart.
he it's like a detailed operation where, like, they hire people to go look at these places and to make sure they don't have braille signs, make sure they don't have, like, adequate handicap signage. Like, they have, like, a checklist where they're looking for these things.
Hey, man, there is a thing called community policing, man. So make sure you, ain't doing that in the wrong areas, at least where I'm around, because I will say something.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. But yeah, man, once again, thanks for being here today, man. Appreciate it. And we look forward to, connecting again and making some more content in the future.
I'm with that.
Let's do it, man. All right. It ain't exclusive. If it ain't an EMLN exclusive, the heart of Silicon Valley in downtown San Jose, the EMLN Podcast, your boy BQ, UceHefner, and we out. Peace.